What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is still the one and only sick gentleman here. No, it's the TheFlyYoungGentleman here. I'm still quite a bit sick, but I just decided to suck it up and I'm starting to make videos again. You're welcome. So today we're going to have a preliminary look at Advanced Warfare and kind of just talk about what I think it's actually going to end up being, and whether I'm going to pick it up and whether you should pick it up, really. And today, I was just thinking about it, and I went and did a bunch of research in the game, right? I was looking it up, see what everyone was raving about, you know, the newest thing they know about, and all that good shit. And I really sat down and thought about it, and this is kind of what I thought, and bringing it to you guys. So it might go on for 10, 20 minutes, or maybe it's a little bit shorter. I don't know yet, so get comfortable. So first thing I noticed is things I was excited for, right? And I spent all my time looking at things I wasn't, happy about. And I was like, oh, it's probably going to suck. It's Call of Duty. Fuck this, fuck that, And then I thought about it for a little bit. I go, stop with the negativity. Let's think of things I'm excited for. So, first thing I'm excited for is the kind of Titanfall-esque new movements with the double jumping and the sliding and the kind of air rush type thingy, dash thing, I don't know what you're going to call it, and the a little bit abnormal superhuman sliding ability, and the way you can kind of just move around in air with the exo suit, the exo abilities, and which are pretty much like, equipment, really, but stacked on there if you think about it. But the exo abilities and all the things the exo suit has to offer, I'm pretty excited for, because I think it's going to make things a little bit different. Now, you don't really need to put that in the game to make it less boring, but it's one approach you can take to make it less boring. And hey, I'm excited to see where they go with it. And you know what? They probably wouldn't be doing it if it was going to change too much, because they know the Call of Duty audience, although we complain about how stale it is, really does love the core of what the shooter really is. So excited for the exo suit, excited for exo abilities. I think they look pretty cool, and how they're only one use type thing. Although sometimes it's a timed use, and sometimes it's like a one and go, one and done. I think it's pretty cool how they're going to implement that. I'm excited about now this one is kind of dumb, and it's just something I noticed. I'm excited about the way the progression is going to go with the medals. I like the way the medals look. And you might be like, who the fuck cares, right? But it brought back some nostalgia value from some games I used to play on the PC. So that looks really cool. It makes me want to buy the game solely on that. And then the thing that I really thought was cool was how they have a shit ton of variants to the weapons they have. Now, I think they mentioned something about 50-ish weapons. I'm sorry, guys, if the number's off. But then in all, there's like 200 or something. And the reason they achieved that many is because, I'm giving you an example. I'm not sure these numbers are correct, but I'll give you an example. So they have a gun, right? I'll take an AK, for example. Now, they have, in real life, how you have the AK, the AK-5C, the AK-12, the AK-74, the AK-47, the AK-74C, the AK-74U, all that bullshit. You have all the different variants, right? So think about it like this. This game is going to do that, but for every gun. And they're not going to necessarily be a completely different production model. They're just going to be modified versions of the already, basic gun in the game, the standard production model in the game. So let's say you have a gun like an AK. Now, instead of, you have an AK-47, all right, for example. And instead of giving you an AK-74U or CU, whatever variant, tickles your peach, whatever, instead of getting an AK-74CU compared to an AK-47, right? If you don't know, it's a much smaller version that shoots a smaller round. It shoots a 5.45 compared to a 7.62. Now, what that is bigger and smaller bullet, if you don't know. And I know a lot of you probably know, but it's easier to explain. So you have the smaller gun and the bigger gun, and they're actually different production model. They use a lot of different little micro technologies here and there. Instead of having that, where it's got pretty much two different guns, what they're going to be doing is like, you'll have the one gun, like the AK-47, but you'll have it maybe with a longer barrel on it and shoots maybe a bigger round, or has a maybe higher powder, or higher grain powder count, and you'll be able to be shooting hotter rounds, which might give you a little more, power, stopping power and penetration. So, or maybe it has like a special sight that only goes on that gun. So pretty cool shit, and I think it's going to be pretty interesting how they implement that, especially because they have something similar to what Battlefield 4 had with the battle packs. They have something called, I believe it's called supply crates or something like that, supply drops, which is pretty much the same goddamn thing. You open the crate or pack, whatever it's called, and it's going to open up, and it's going to give you some random, maybe a gun or maybe some items or customization or something. So fairly cool shit. Definitely excited for that particular thing. And yeah, lots of little stuff. I feel like the gameplay is going to be changed up now. They have different kinds of weapons. They have energy weapons and all sorts of cool stuff and lasers. And I think it's going to be interesting as long as they didn't make it too stupid and gimmicky. If this game tries to be a little bit too gimmicky with how much they've quote unquote revolutionized the Call of Duty franchise, then this game is going to blow the back end of my ass. But if we were making a good game, or they make a good game, they're not going to be gimmicky. They're just going to make straightforward shit, and they're going to say, this is an energy weapon. It does this. It's simple. It's nothing revolutionary. It's going to be just a cool new add-on to the game. If they do that, we're golden. If they say it's an energy weapon, it's going to change the dynamic of the map and do this, no. Bullshit. It doesn't do any of that. Because it doesn't. If you watch some gameplay, I watched the MLG live stream they had earlier yesterday. All of that is bullshit. If they try and sell it gimmicky, then this game is probably going to suck. If they just tell us straightforward how it's going to go, then I feel like this game is going to be good. Some things I'm not excited about. One more thing back on the excited thing. One thing I really am excited about is how when you use your exo movement abilities, so let's say I double jump, it makes me show up on the minimap. Now, at first I was enraged. I was like, fuck, what the hell is this crap? And then I thought about it for a minute and said, wow, you know what? Think about the skill gap there. Think about the skill gap you're going to create. I'm going to be able to destroy some noobs who don't know, right? Let's say all they know is you pop up when you double jump, right? But I know that too. And me being a better skilled player, I'm going to know when it's going to be advantageous for me to jump and compromise my position, when it's going to matter, when it's going to, affect different sorts of gameplay. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of you guys, because you watch YouTube videos about Call of Duty, you probably are better than the general consensus of Call of Duty players. So you probably look at the minimap a lot, right? Well, a lot of us don't realize that most people don't look at the fucking minimap like we do. See, me, it's just in my peripheral vision. I know where that minimap is. I'm looking at it even when I'm not. But a lot of people don't look, and then they look occasionally and just kind of look over for a second and then look back and go, okay, I checked the minimap for the next 30 seconds. See, if I were to do that, I'd be a much worse Call of Duty player. I don't even look at the minimap. I look at this, like my gunplay, and I just kind of see it in my peripherals, and I'm always looking at the minimap. There's not even 2 seconds that'll pass by. Maybe 1 second where I'm ultra focused on killing someone, but other than that, even when I'm killing people, I'm looking at the minimap, which will give me an advantageous position of those who don't use the minimap as frequently as I do, and hopefully as many as you do. Because they won't know, like they might double jump and go, oh, whatever, he'll see me on the minimap, not realizing the gravity of the situation, especially in a competitive play, which they said they might have something similar to league play, which I hope they do, because then that's where all the, the good players are going to shine. And what'll happen is they're not going to realize the gravity of what they just did, about how they double jumped and compromised their position, possibly even their friends if they had just recently spawned or something like that. And that people are going to be spawning relatively close to each other. So you have a major position, an advantageous one against players who don't use the minimap as frequently, which is cool. Very cool. I hope they implement a perk that makes it so when you double jump, it won't show up on the map. If they don't, that's cool. It'll make gameplay way more balanced. But if they don't, or if they do add it, I think it's going to be way more unbalanced, and it'll just help my or not even pub stomping. It doesn't really matter. League play skills, most likely. Yeah, I mean, I think there's Dead Silence again, which will also help as well. Tag team those perks together if you can, and you're invisible pretty much. So one of the things I don't like. Well, the first thing I don't like about the game is that I feel like their exo abilities are going to be a little bit gimmicky. By what I saw, they don't look very, they just don't look very rewarding to use. They look like maybe for a split second they're going to be cool and interesting, but not very rewarding. And that's a damn near shame, And hopefully they do something to make them feel way more rewarding. Another thing I wasn't very happy to see was the score streaks, and I'm happy they brought it back to score streak similar to what Black Ops had, so you can cap flags and do everything and make it so you can gain your score streak faster, other than the base kill streak model, which only worked on kills. I like the idea, if you're a team player, still being able to get a UAV or something of doing a few flag caps, which I feel like is very beneficial. So that's another thing I'm excited about. But the only problem is I feel like the score streaks, at least what we saw so far, right? I can only talk as much as we've seen, and they just don't look very rewarding and or fun to use, and that's a damn shame as well. Another thing is I felt like the lag comp thing is back, and then maybe even more than it once was. And I say this for a reason. Watching the MLG live stream, I saw in a lot of the game or round-ending kill cams, there was a shit ton of lag comp. When someone would shoot someone for the final kill cam, he'd run around the corner and then drop. And I noticed that maybe, I'd say 12 to 15 rounds of the total event, I noticed it happening. And that's insane right there. So let's hope, and they're on LAN, which a lot of people forget. They were not online. So there wasn't any lag comp that should have been in play. But that's what alludes back to them using the old engine, which allowed for there to be a literal lag comp type feature thingy on LAN play, which is fucking outrageous, really. And that's why I know they didn't really use a new Call of Duty or a new engine for this Call of Duty. It's running on the same one, which might suck ass a little bit. Let's hope they overhauled it a tad bit more. And let's just wait for the next game to use the new engine. Hopefully the next Treyarch game is going to use that, because I'm a big fan of Treyarch games. Although it's not a popular opinion for some reason, if you think about it, if you're a very serious Call of Duty player, League play was one of the best things we ever experienced. On to will I be buying it? Now, I will be. At first I wasn't going to buy it, and it's my tradition to buy Call of Duty every year. I've been doing it since Call of Duty 4. No, I'm sorry, not Call of Duty 4. Since Call of Duty World at War. I bought that one a couple of weeks after it came out, and I go, wow, I love Call of Duty. Started buying them every day, or every release date at midnight. So it's my tradition to buy it, so I said maybe I'll buy it just because it's tradition. But now watching some gameplay, I'm probably going to buy it just because it looks fun. And although it may be horrible, or maybe it's going to be the same thing as, Black Ops, or maybe it's going to be the same thing, or a little bit better, hopefully a little bit better than Ghosts, it'll be fun. It'll at least be fun for a few months, and it won't be like Destiny where I'll be tired of it within 10 minutes. So that's definitely something I'm really, really excited about. And I'll be buying it for sure. And I'm not going to get any special editions though, which is also my tradition. Not doing it this time. No unboxing, sorry, just not doing it. Not worth it. Don't even know if I'm going to like the game. So will you see gameplay and other sorts of stuff involving Call of Duty Advanced Warfare on my channel? Main thing I'm going to say right now is yes, you will. Now, if I absolutely hate this game, fuck no. Of course not. Why am I going to make videos I don't enjoy making? Then you're not going to enjoy them. It's going to be very transparent. I will be making the videos. As of right now, I'm planning on it. So you guys should be planning on coming and stopping by when Advanced Warfare comes out. Make this one of the channels you stop by on launch day, and that'll be greatly appreciated. I'm gonna try and get the Day Zero edition I'm not sure if you can post the content on quote unquote day 0. If you can, then I'll be having it on day 0. I'll be having it the day before it officially releases. I'll be putting, as much content as I can. Hopefully I feel better. I'm still sick as all hell, and I'm sure you can tell a little bit about my voice. It's not too bad though. But hopefully I feel better within the next few days, so I won't be, I'll be a lot more motivated to get up and do it. Like, it took me an extreme amount of motivation to come up and do this video. So, I really appreciate you guys sticking through the whole videos, and I really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me lately. Pretty much the end of my commentary there. But I wanted to go on about, I'm sorry how I haven't been making videos. I can make a million excuses. Damn straight is just, I haven't really been feeling that good. And my motivation hasn't been there because I've been feeling shitty, and I'm even feeling shitty right now. But I decided, my channel has been growing. You guys are giving me awesome feedback. I got to entertain you guys. I got to bring you guys your content. So here I am today, and I hope you guys appreciate this. It wasn't easy for me to be making this, and I'm sorry there hasn't been very many videos. They are back, and they're coming again. Let's hope I get over the sickness. Knock on wood right there. All right, guys. So, TheFlyYoungGentleman here. Remember to have class, get that ass, get ready for advanced warfare, and stay tuned on my channel. Tell your friends to subscribe and do all that good shit, and like the video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.